it up a little bit because let's face it, we know we're going to get rain. We're not going to have water, and we don't need to build something there that we can't use when it's raining. And if you look at that playground, really, right now, it's almost the same elevation as the parking lot.
But Freddie, let me jump in here with you if I may. Who did these plans for us?
Who made the plan?
Who did these plans for us?
Wilmingham and Fradley.
Okay. There's no drainage in this plan?
Yes, there is. Oh, yes, there is.
Okay, so the drainage is not going to accommodate the elevation issues?
Well, it probably will, Doug, to a point. If you look where the parking lot, the playground is, in the first field, there's a swale there. And it's taking it down to a pipe that takes it all the way to a catch basin to the canal. It's there. But when but then again, this playground.
I don't have a problem raising it a little. That's not my issue. I just want to make sure that we're paying for plans that are going to work related to the drainage issues.
No,
And if we're going to tweak it, if we're going to be tweaking them, we kind of need to go back to see what else that might do. That's all, I guess, what I'm saying.
Doug, December has already requested, and Willie's put it in there, the playground has a complete drainage system of its own, similar to that she installed over in Equestrian Park. And it goes over to a pipe. The drainage isn't a problem. I think we got plenty of drainage there. But still, again, when you're down there that close to the water table, I think if we had to go out and buy the fill, I'd say no.
But because we haven't.
But I think we got plenty.
Listen, I don't have an issue with it. If the fill's already there and we can get more and it's not a big expense and you're going to accommodate us related to that as far as saving us some money,
Yeah.
I would say, that's a no-brainer. But on the flip side of that, I want to make sure we don't offset something else in the plan as we do that. That's all I'm asking.
I agree with you 1,000%. I think, you've got a set of plans, you assume it all works together, and there's a system there. And the last thing you want to do is starting adjusting it on the fly because you don't know all the thought process that went into developing the whole thing. So I think if we're going to do that, I agree with you 100%. We've got to go back to Wilmingham and Fradley, at least get their opinion.
I talked to him today.
All right.
And he told me, he said, Ray, you can always bring it up. It don't matter. He said you can't go down with it, but you can bring it up because It's not going to affect your drainage or none of that when you bring it up.
I guess my question is, are they going to be willing to sign off on that?
Who?
Whittingham and Fradley. I know they told you that today, but I guess, Andy, here's where I'm going. It's a no-brainer if we have the fill, which we do, and it's sufficient and we need some more, we can probably get some more. But clearly, I'd like Whittingham and Fradley to sign off with that change we're going to make, that it's not going to affect anything else. That's all I'm getting at.
Well, I tell you the truth, I think there's been some difference of some of these things because this plant that we're working at today was completed on 4/13. Now we had one similar to that, but the thing of it is we've got a schedule we got to meet, and that's we got to meet the schedule for that playground, and I don't want to see it if we delay it tonight. It could affect us. We're going to be working close.
I'm not looking to delay it at all. I'm on board with moving forward. So just let me set you straight there.
I think
What
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Ray, if I could interrupt, what would you raise it to?
Oh, I don't know. Even if you brought it up 6 inches, you'd be.
No, I know, but I'm asking,
No, I'm not saying. I just say I think we should get it up some. Because in some of the places, to me, it looks like it's going to be a problem. We got the handicap there. Some of those places, if you look, the handicap is not, the walkway is 9 feet and you're dropping down to 6.5. You've got a 2.5 foot drop in the land in those areas. And in that area, to me, if you look in that little place right in there where the pavilion is and the bathroom, right there to that corner, which is 9.4, the elevation of the land is 6.6. That's 3 feet difference. That's a hole that's going to hold water. I don't care. You can drain it over here, but when you get a heavy rain, you're going to have those areas in there. Wouldn't take much to bring some of that fill. All I'm saying is, to get our engineers to look at and see if we can bring some of those elevations up a little bit. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I think, to pick up on what Doug's saying, I think, and what you're saying is, I think maybe we ought to look at bringing that up 6 inches, take that to Winningham and Fradley, and get them to, we're talking about this very specific designated area there where the play area is, raising that up 6 inches, see if they will sign off that that is not going to detrimentally affect drainage elsewhere. I mean, you can see there, right next to Griffin, there's a section there where it's at like 7.8 inches. So if we made it higher than 6 inches, we could create a new pond over in that area. So
No,
that I think is the point, and I think, is that
You're gonna have to
it
look
needs
at
to be
all the
thought
elevations.
through. I don't, we're not engineers up here, and I think we could easily do more damage than good. Even though I think you've got a very valid point, we could do more damage than good if we just take it upon ourselves to make a change. So I think if we say that that's what we're talking about, raising that play area 6 inches up, take that to Winningham, get them to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that it, will enhance or, not be a detriment to the drainage or any other component, then I think we're good.
Because I don't think it's going, in other words, if we can go ahead with this tonight, then he can go ahead and get started. Even if we raise the elevation, it's not going to change him that much. What he's doing is just going to mean a little bit. But I just think that we need to recalculate some of those elevations,
Let me ask a different question. Where are we in dollars and cents to get this moving?
Do what?
Where are we on dollars and cents related to get this moving?
We got the money in the bank.
Okay, we have this amount to throw at this right now.
Just need 3 estimates.
Yeah.
Okay,
Here-
All right.
Here's my question. Do we have a lot of fill out there? We're going to use existing fill. Do we have enough to go up 6 inches? I don't know. I'm not an
Oh,
engineer.
yeah. My opinion, it would be, yeah.
Yeah, yes, you do.
Because
There you go.
you're going to
He
use some
told
of it. If you look at your first ball field, which is not part of this bid, but it's up to 7 feet. So there's going to be a foot of fill right there. It's going to take a lot of fill. I'm not worried about not using the fill, but I just think there's some of it could be utilized over here. Because my first opinion, I'll be truthful with you, I thought it was, and it just shows that, I thought this whole thing was going to be like an island there. But then I can see there could be some problems with that, because like you say, you're going higher than the road, so I can see some of the things. It's just, I was a little concerned. I know what that parking lot is right now. With all this rainy season, it's very soft.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the same. So now we're creating something over here that the kids, I know we don't have the drainage in right for that parking lot yet, but we got to stick, these kids are going to be playing over there,
Right.
and we need to, yeah.
It's a good point. All right.
well,
Any other?
I'm good to go. I think your public wants to say
Mayor,
something.
Mayor, do you have any comments?
No, I'm listening to the debate going back and forth, Steve, and just reconfirms my concern about the expense associated with bringing our park commitments to fruition. And listen, I appreciate the oversight of Freddie and you all, and pointing out some of these issues, especially as it relates to drainage and fill. And I'm also hopeful that those that are empowered or we contract with to provide those services would certainly be able to do an assessment and make that recommendation, because they are the professionals and they're the ones that should be able to recognize these issues, these problems, and fix them and correct them.
Right. Okay, good. Good. All right, let's open it up to the public. Any public comment? Yeah, what the heck?
Newell Hollingsworth. I go to Parks meeting all the time. Been to almost all of them since it started. This is not what the Parks Board talked about. The playground's not in the spot that they picked. And that's the minor thing. There's a play field that's in here for a future phase, which is supposed to be a treed area. The playground that is future shows an L shape. It was rectangular, 2 rectangulars. Location of things, and I want to say this up front. I hate architects. I hate engineers that do designing of parks. Because exactly what they did was say whatever you want, and then we're going to do whatever we want. This is not what the board said and recommended to the council. The playground's in the wrong area. You've got a playground that's where the trees are supposed to be. And you've got a playground to the south, which is L-shaped, which is supposed to be 2 rectangles. Now, in the outfall line, taking a look at it, if I'd like to read this to you. Base bid 3. There isn't a page number, so on the bid tabulation, a 6-inch diameter outfall line. Do you realize that that's going to clog every 15 minutes when it rains? 6-inch diameter? If you don't have a 12 or 24, 12 is going to clog, 24 is going to clog every other year. But you're putting in a 6-inch outfall line. Are you going to put pumps on it? So you force the water through it to keep it clear? So what's this big deal? It has it right now. You are at the wall. You've got to do something because the grant's coming due, and you've got to be finished before it. You're at the 11th hour in 30 minutes. So you got to do something tonight. Bids got to be awarded. They got to get started. But only do this little piece, which is the pavilion, the outhouse, and the playground. And I would ask for you to ask the chair of Parks where the heck the playground's supposed to go, because that's what was recommended. It's not where it was recommended. That was supposed to be a treed area to the east. We have the engineers and the architects doing their own damn thing at our expense, and we're supposed to swallow it, and I don't want to swallow it. I want them, and I don't want to pay for this, because this is not what was sent to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Noel.
Yeah, he does that. Okay, December is here, so she can answer these questions. I'm old and maybe I've forgotten, but I don't think these plans, this product was ever brought to our board. This.
Mary Gay, they are. The bathroom, the playground, and everything is what you people recommended. We moved them where you recommended them. They're not where we had them the first time. We moved them where you recommended them.
Okay, did we have a wash rack?
Pardon? No, we're adding that.
Yeah, that never came to us, right?
That I don't know.
You know, here's the point. We never saw this, Freddie. Maybe you did, but we never saw this finished product. We didn't see it. And yeah, you have to vote on it because we got to get going. And I have a problem with now deciding that we want to, there's a 25-foot swale. That's fine. You can get in there and mow it and whatever. The horse trail has to go in. You can't not put it in. It's got to go in, and that whole area has to be finished, done. You don't want to go back with any equipment to tear anything up. I have to agree with Noel. The last time that we did it, and believe me, we have seen these plans and revised them and revised them and revised them over there in that corner, it was trees. It was supposed to be like a park area. There were a lot of reasons why. I'm not saying I'm against what's there now, I'm just saying that we have people that dedicate themselves to coming to the Parks Board meeting, and they wade through this garbage day in, day out, year in, year out. I've been sitting there for 12 years, and this is my baby, just as much as it's Freddie's. And it's their baby, each one of them, each one of these parks. So in the future, I would appreciate it, before it comes before you all, we'd like to see the finished product that you people are going to vote on, so that we can say, well, gee whiz, maybe this and this can be changed, or maybe this and this. Like I said, we don't even know about the wash rack. And I do remember Freddie saying something about, we can put a riding ring up here. Well, I will tell you that the Parks Board, and I have the drawings at home, had it way in the back, out of everybody's range, because there were supposed to be fields, ball fields up front, where the bathroom is, where the play area is. So when we're kind of bulldogged, and woe and behold, there's all new deals here, it's a little upsetting, to say the least. It's like, what are we doing?
Right.
Why do I bother? Well, I'm a pit bull. I'm not going to quit. So if anybody thinks this is going to run me off, they're sadly mistaken. I will fight for that board to have input on this. And personally, that's pretty high ground. That's been filled more than once up there, that property in the front. So most of the draining and most of the water is on the other 2/3 of the property. And a great deal of it is in the back. So I don't care if you raise it 6 inches, but I do care if it causes the water to flow off on something else. And if you go over and look at that equestrian park, that landscaping in there, there are dips and water retention areas, and none of it holds water very long. It does move. And it's got lots of little dips in it. If you go over there and walk around, the rings are flat, but there's a lot of swales in that property. And it stays dry and it's fine. So anyway, I'm letting you know, I'm a little ticked. Thanks.
Yeah, Astronaut 5480 Southwest.